Okay, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be the emotional one. Maggie, fine work. You stole some of my thunder, though. I'm the volunteer guy. So first and foremost, I'd like to express my sincerest gratitude to Mandy from Catholic Charities West Tennessee for submitting this nomination, and to the entire Catholic Charities West Tennessee family for their unwavering support and love. And of course, I need to thank CCUSA for considering my nomination and selecting me as a Volunteer of the Year. It's very humbling to stand here before you. I've learned a lot this week so far from many of you, that CCUSA is an extensive family, genuinely caring for everyone in its global community. And you see, family to me is everything. To me and my wife, we're members of a small church in a mainly rural county north of Memphis. Our parish, with just over 100 families actually, is one of the smallest in our diocese. However, being small in size has no reflection on the magnitude of the effort and the result that we've been able to experience. I'm going to brag on my folks. I'm going to tell you, the great supportive team that we've developed over the past few years in Covington is truly phenomenal. They do the work of the ministries every week. If it weren't for them, you wouldn't even know who Dave Hessling was, I promise you. And the success of my team starts with my wife, Andrea. She works so hard to support me and to care for our neighbors. She's most certainly a blessing to each of the families that we serve. But there's also that collection of Jims and Julies and Jeans and Ricks, just to name a few, who go above and beyond to show mercy to our neighbors, who sometimes simply need to know someone cares. To be sure, the team is much bigger than any one person in it. Together, they're a team of individuals, beautiful people who make it work. Amazingly, our volunteers show up to serve love to all our neighbors in sometimes very extreme weather. Our community outreach ministries joyfully serve families every week through our food pantry, Tiny Blessings, and financial assistance programs. I feel it's important to note here that within our ministries of service, we don't use the C word to describe the families that come seeking assistance. They are our neighbors, and they're part of our extended family. We treat them with the same love and respect that we would our own brother or sister or mother or father, and we refer to them as our families. Of course, none of this would have been possible without the blessing that is Catholic Charities of West Tennessee. In our 5-year partnership with this wonderful group of real angels on earth, our small church family has served nearly 31,000 people and distributed almost 400,000 pounds of food in 5 short years. I don't know if you've caught on yet, but I do really love to brag on my team.
Yeah.
They're so dedicated, so dedicated. But that's only one of the parts of the things I want to talk to you about. Heard a lot of conversation here in San Juan about volunteers and volunteerism. Like I said, Meg I think the sound man's trying to steal my thunder. So I've read that Catholic Charities USA has over 200,000 volunteers worldwide, supporting many, many, many ministries. And without a doubt, we all know volunteers are the lifeblood of every Catholic Charities effort. It is essential that we fully acknowledge the critical needs that our volunteers fill. Each one answers the call to help those in need so that the miraculous works of Catholic Charities can be accomplished. So who are our volunteers? How about the retiree who just wants to do something to stay busy, to stay engaged, maybe work at a food pantry or a soup kitchen? Maybe it's a couple who received help at some time and wants to give it back a little bit to repay the kindness. Maybe the teenager who's getting his first taste of what it means to help someone in need. Our wonderful volunteers come from all walks of life and diverse backgrounds. So it's important that we answer some questions when we work with our volunteers. How do we as organizations take care of our volunteers? Do we give them a hearty welcome when they join us? Or do we give them a wary eye until they prove themselves? Do we take the time to make sure they understand the mission and goals of our ministry? Or do we just kind of expect them to pick that up over time? How about providing training to our new volunteers so they're not confused when they see the many moving parts of an active ministry? How about listening to ideas when a volunteer suggests something new or different? We all know how difficult it is these days to find people willing to give of their precious limited free time. In a world clouded with too many competing priorities, we must ensure that each person who walks through our door wanting to help is given the chance to fall in love with the mission, that they feel loved, and that their voice can be heard. There's much work to be done, and without the extraordinary effort of our volunteers that they invest every single day, none of us will be able to meet our mission and goals. So we all have things to work on, don't we? In closing, I'm accepting this Volunteer of the Year award with love for and on behalf of each of the more than 200,000 volunteers who truly make it happen every day. Each one of them are hardworking folks who deserve this award. They are truly the hands and feet of Jesus doing the work he commanded us to do. I thank you again for this honor, and may God bless each one of you. Thank you.